So right now, millions and millions of Americans are scared. And they're scared because of the serious threats that are facing the United States at this time. We are hearing about threats against the United States people, against citizens here on U.S. soil and abroad. But because of what is happening right now, millions of people are scared and don't believe what our current administration is even telling them. Well, I'm going to get to this in just a moment, explain what is happening and why so many people don't believe what they're hearing. So, I'll break all this down in just a moment. But first, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So at this time, we still have a lot of questions. One of the biggest questions, and probably the biggest story we have been hearing for the past several weeks, is what is going on with those drones that are flying overhead in New York, New Jersey, in Maryland, and in Philadelphia. Well, I want to play a couple clips for you. The first one, you really need to hear this because we have a congressman that is saying these drones are coming from an Iranian mothership that is sitting on the East Coast. Just listen to this.
It's an invasion of our airspace. In focus now, Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary Committee on the Hill right now. How do you address this at this point?
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. You know, I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, you know, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been.
Let me step in really quick right there. He says, we know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. No, they wouldn't have. Okay? Our government would not have let us know that, yeah, we're flying these drones overhead. This is the reason why. They don't do that. Okay? They're not going to tell us. But when he comes out and also says that it's coming from an Iranian mothership that's just sitting off the East Coast, guess what? If there was a ship off the East Coast that came all the way from Iran, there's a good chance we would have known about it before it ever got, within, a handful of miles off the East Coast. Okay, so for him to say that, I think it's interesting. Now, could this be true? Possibly. We've also heard reports that these drones are flying out of the sea, that they're coming out off of a submarine. Yeah, right now we're getting a lot of conspiracy theories is what we're getting, but no answers. Let's keep listening to this.
And some really glorified hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down.
She says these drones should be shot down. Well, here's the one thing that has been shot down. The Pentagon shoots down the Iran mothership claim that this New Jersey congressman just said. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention and showing you this is because we're seeing a lot of reports, a lot of updates that, yes, it's from the mothership. Now, could this be? Possibly. But again, we are not getting any answers. We still have no idea. Even after the House, the Oversight Committee or the briefing that we just got yesterday, nobody has any answers. All they can say, and even the Pentagon spokesperson came out and said that all we know right now is that there are no threats against the U.S. There are no known threats. Well, here's the reason why I'm bringing this up. I've received several messages over the past handful of days, ever since I first talked about this. And they all kind of say the same thing. And I just wrote a quick little note because after the last email that I received, and I've seen messages as well here on YouTube, but here's the gist of all these messages. They say that the Biden administration knows that knows what these drones are and why they're flying over our states, but they can't do anything about them because this could actually cause more harm than good. For instance, a couple people said that these are likely Chinese or Iranian drones. Shooting them down would actually be an act of war, so leaving them be is their best possible outcome. Just let them be, okay? Now, here's the other thing. If these are not Iranian or Chinese drones, okay, they're from another country or from people here inside the United States, again, we don't know. All we know right now is that they're not military research drones. Okay, that's what they're telling us. But again, there's been some reports that no, these are military drones, but they're testing them out at night, trying to figure out how well they do, as far as their maneuverability, okay, as far as all the different functions they have on them, maybe even if they have camera and surveillance equipment on them, they're testing them out. That's the reason why they're over the Picatinny Arsenal base. Now, I think there's some merit there, but again, they come out and say that, no, these are not ours. I think the Biden administration knows, whose these are. Why would the Pentagon, why are they, the FBI, why would they send certain people to this kind of briefing? Not the main people. Okay? Why would the Biden administration and President Biden himself, or whoever's really running the country right now, why wouldn't they come out and say that, hey, everything's fine, don't worry, right? We have this. The reason why is because there's likely a reasoning behind it. They know, but they're not telling us. I want to play this for you as well. Listen to this.
The single hottest story in the country right now are all these drones flying over New Jersey. And no one knows. The Defense Department doesn't know what they are, who they are. And you remember when we had the Chinese spy balloon last year, the Defense Department said not to worry, there's no intelligence problem. And they said that all the way until they shot it down over the coast of South Carolina. Do you know anything about this drone story in New Jersey?
Well, Larry, good to be with you. Not much beyond what you've mentioned, but, it does harken back to the Chinese spy balloon when we were lied to. Obviously, a lot of us were raising alarms when it was over Alaska. They could have shot it down over many places in Alaska where there were no people around, and it wouldn't have caused any problems to us. It would have protected America's national security. And Biden and his administration lied and said, don't worry, it's not doing anything anyway. It's not communicating with China. That all turned out to be false. And they went over every one of our major military bases.
So right there, he said the last time with the Chinese spy balloon, President Biden came out and said, yeah, no, we're okay. We're safe. It's not communicating. We're all right. What has President Biden said now? What has he said regarding these drones? Nothing. But many governors are actually asking for help. For instance, the New Jersey governor says the feds have the authority to shoot down drones, and he wouldn't be opposed to them playing a more robust role. Right now, based off what we're hearing, is that the certain states are fighting with the federal government. They're fighting with the FAA, trying to figure the local police, the FBI, Homeland Security. Who is actually responsible for this? Who has the authority to bring down these drones? Right now, they say, oh, it's not us. It's not us. It's not us. Well, then who? Well, we're going to find out soon enough. But as of right now, millions of people are scared. What is going on? Why is nobody giving us answers? Just let us know. But that is one of the things that many lawmakers are saying as well, that once Donald Trump steps into office on January 20th, we will get many answers. Many things will be revealed. And at that time, well, millions of people could be extremely upset over the previous administration. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.